Hi everyone, we are amazingly, incredibly glad the fact that we're doing this shoot on 13th of Feb 2026, which also happens to be the World Radio Day. And who better to share it with Parima and Rahil, who were RJs, but an industry that I was really, really interested in since years. I really wanted to talk to them, and finally I have them on board. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Parima. Thank you, Rahil. Uh, how are you feeling, guys? Like, what's the first thought that is coming up? Parima.
I'm happy to do it today.
Okay.
As I mentioned earlier, that hey, it's the day radio.
Okay.
I had all the memories gushing, and I was so excited to sit on the mic again today.
Yeah, what better a day than something that gave us our identity, something that gave us a purpose, something that defined us and that's helped us to become what we are today. And this is exactly the day that we respect and salute to. So thank you, Parima, first of all, for reminding all of us this is happening. So amazing. Loving it.
Uh, Guys, I'm so happy the fact that it is so difficult to make an identity when nobody's watching you in that sense, right? Your identity is how you speak, what are you speaking, and probably what are you covering in that sense, like whether it's the latest news that you're covering, it's sports, it's politicians or whatever. How I think it's a very difficult genre to get into. It's a very difficult profession to get into. I'm really interested in what was that one day, one particular moment, or what was it that got you to RJing?
I think he's my senior, so you should go first on this. He was there even before the era.
I think, certain professions you don't plan since while you're growing up, because while growing up there was no radios like private radio stations in our lives, right? Most of us heard radio for the first time when they were in school or colleges or something like that. And with me, life has always been full of surprises, so it was never planned. I wanted to become something else, and life took its own course, and situations and circumstances made it in a way that I was literally, God planned me to be there. You say that right person at the right place at the right time. That is what it was. There was no right planning to it. It was completely circumstantial and situational in this case. But glad as do when say that when it's not your plan, it's God's plan, and I believe in it totally.
And when was it?
2007.
Okay.
So before 2007, there were no private radio stations in Surat, and there were only 4 cities, major metro cities, that had private radio stations. And in their phase B, there were these other 15, 16 cities that they were covering, where they were extending it to privatizing radio stations in those cities. And that is when the first initial what do you call it, the auditions started happening. And very funny story later, but then by chance someone else filled my form to become a radio jockey. That person did not become one, and I became one. So yeah, destiny is funny. But then since 2007, so I was the first radio jockey across the city, across all the stations, to first go on air. Mine was the first voice which the city heard as a radio jockey, other than obviously the government radio station which existed before that. So yeah, goes down a long way, long way.
I think, like you mentioned, that you were listening to it in school and there was no stations. I was listening to him when I was in school and in college.
Is that the point where we show his age?
So probably almost a decade later, I got into radio in 2016.
Right.
So, well, I wouldn't say that I'm the first one, but I know for a fact that I've been there ample time to, see the entire growth. And I think he's seen much beyond that. But like he said, it has been absolutely unplanned. I was pretty sure I'm going to be an artist, but I had no idea that it's going to be a voice artist and an artist who would, shape ideas with the radio waves, because this is something that I've seen a lot of people dream and plan about. But when I got the opportunity, I just got out of college and it was right there, and I was being trained for it. And then later on, when everything happened, I realized that, okay, this was not planned. I see so many people dreaming about it. And well, things happened in such a way that, people could see the potential in me, and I'm glad that I proved them right.
I mean, you actually use the most right word. I think you guys are artists, to be very honest. It's not very easy to grab attention of people when they're actually concentrating on something else. Like usually radios, more often than not, apart from if there is an exciting, I don't know, sports event happening or a politician trying to address the nation, everybody else, if you think it's simultaneously happening, if you know what I mean, while you're driving or it's just happening. You actually don't sit down and listen like how we watch TV. It doesn't happen like that. So, I mean, you guys have skills of another level. And a lot of people, when I was figuring out whom to have a podcast with and everything, I always wanted to do RJs. But I am really interested in knowing how is the situation currently? Like now that you guys can have a little retrospection or an introspection, how is it currently? What do you guys think? Where is it going right now?
First of all, life then was much better when we were RJs because people did not have such pathetic attention span. First of all, and because of that, people actually valued quality back then, right? Today is a generation of social media and where we see anything random and anything crap also that goes million views, and on the parameters of how many views is what the content is measured these days. But back then, people used to literally wait for us to speak when the song will stop and when an RJ will talk about something. What is he going to talk about today? What is the topic that is going to be heard on radio? What are we discussing today? The beauty of radio back then was because after television and newspapers and hoardings and all, radio was a platform where people would probably look out for things, but also this was the only platform for communication. A common man, be it someone in a luxury car or someone in an auto rickshaw, they were all listening to the same thing at the same time. They had their different perspectives, but there was one person sitting on the other side of the mic who they both trusted equally. They both wanted to share their opinions too. And that was the beauty of radio. And even today, if someone asks me which is the most beautiful platform or means of entertainment, by far I would say it's radio, because the initial point that you starting in the starting you laid is that, oh, people don't even see you, it's just your voice that is being heard. How is it possible? That is the best form of how someone, if someone's loving you at that point of time, that's the purest form of love, because it's only through what you are saying, how you're saying. If you can touch someone without any physical appearance of yours, then that is the most sane and most beautiful part of relationship that you build with someone. And I think that is the reason why radio back then was so beautiful. And today's situation, you already know, I already told you the pathetic lives, the attention span, which is so I think we are in a mess right now when it comes to content. We are in a deep mess because the most best of the beautiful artists are not in the race of this social media stuff, but they are doing their own thing in the most possible beautiful way. They have their strongest of the content, but they are not in the race of this so I would just request people that stop valuing your artist based on how many followers or views they have, but use your own brain and your heart and see what you're feeling actually. And I think that is a way to go further.
Sadly, we're beyond that. But I remember when I joined 2016, we were told at that point to make our Instagram and Facebook handles and make it public.
Right.
So we were told to do that to connect. That was another way of connecting with people. Cut to today, like he mentioned, that it's impossible to live without it. We are, no matter what generation we're talking about, 70s, we're talking about youngsters, teens, everybody is hooked and scrolling. So the attention span is one thing, but other than that, the patience that people had कि यहाँ से वहाँ तक जाना है, and then in that, who we are listening to, is this our offer? They knew the channels, they knew which RJ comes when, and they are excited. And then once social media started, it was beautiful because they could also reach out to us much faster, even if we couldn't. So if we are taking calls, we would probably in the span of 10 minutes probably take like say 8 calls if it's a great day, because it's exhausting, right? You have to really rush, record, edit, and put it on air in 10 minutes, and make sure that we have a great caller. But then social media happened and we could see probably 50 messages at once in those 10 minutes and pick, okay, that this is a good, interesting caller. And we could still see if, they could tell us things even though we couldn't connect with them. But that was such a beautiful period that we have seen where we had a very good exchange of energies and conversations while it was building. But of course, now it's meaningless because people send hundreds of DMs, and now people don't even send DMs. Like they're done with DMs and done sending, thoughtful conversations and DMs. So reels did not exist. So the patience, the time, listening to the song, it was so beautiful that you didn't know what song is going to be played next. And we were so excited to, design the playlist in certain way that if I'm going to speak something emotional, then I'll, set it around such music. And if I'm going to be, playing something fun and party music kind of vibe, so I might, go ahead with a contest or create something really fun. And it used to be completely, you don't know when you're tuning in. But now we don't have that patience. We want what we want. We are thinking of a song and we want to play that. So the difference is massive.
Monsoons used to be our favorite part. The first, imagine, I'll if I can, make your now viewers feel what I'm talking about. Imagine you're driving in the city, the car, the radio is on, and it's the first rain of the year. It starts drizzling and you're listening to the songs, and suddenly there's this RJ who's suddenly talking about the mitti ki gili khushbu, and suddenly a beautiful rain song of a Zara Zara starts playing, and you're thinking about someone at that time. Suddenly that entire feel, that story, that weaving of emotions is what I'm talking about. That is what is missing now today.
With that rain, you want to grab a cup of chai and you can share that with like millions of people listening to you, and you want to have that and share that. And you listen to that कि या यार बारिश के साथ चाय पीने का तो मन कर रहा है. You take a stop, so it's simultaneously, yet it's so beautifully woven that different festivals, different
Moods and
yeah,
vibes and
moods,
completely like
weather. It was beautiful.
Ujan, radio wasn't a means of entertainment for people. It was a relationship that people built with us on a daily, regular basis. Radio is not something that today you started a show and you can become popular. You go viral in a day of a radio show, and suddenly people are like, oh my God, you are a superstar. And after 10 days, you are nobody because somebody else is a superstar. We, as radio jockeys, were in people's bathrooms.
Yeah.
We were in people's
Yeah.
kitchen.
Yeah.
We were in children's last benches of the school. I've received calls from students saying that the lecture is going on and we are listening to you in the last seat of the school, in the benches. The LLB is a
benches.
lot of the last benches people. I've received calls from them. People have called us and said, hey, I've delivered a baby today. People have called us and said, hey, I did not get a job today. People have called us. We remember Barish ki baat that, Harsh once said, it's raining and I'm in the studio. It's 7 o'clock and, I'm so craving for bhajiyas, but I can't get it right now. There were listeners literally coming to the studio with the bhajiyas
Wow.
live saying that, oh, you wanted, here it is for you.
What
It's
radio was
hot,
this?
we made
As in?
Which radio station was this?
Mirchi. We all were in the
oh,
same radio
okay,
station,
okay.
right? Yeah.
so the love, the dedication. Imagine you just say that you're hungry or you want to have a chai. How
Tadang,
many
people just appear?
People just bring, they make it, they cook it at home. I mean, abhi to it's very easy to Blinkit order and stuff like that. But imagine somebody actually cooking it because they heard it and they're actually delivering it by themselves, coming all the way. And they're, excited to meet their favorite radio jockey and click pictures. And those pictures are like the moment and memories. And today we just have so many pictures, and probably we lose the importance of what we clicked so much.
But the beauty, yeah, the beauty at that time, and the only difference which I see right now also, people do that for their, celebrities and all, but they do that so that they can put it on social media and then themselves can get some likes, shares, and subscribes. There, people used to click with us, do things for us, but didn't give a damn about who's looking, who is watching, who is admiring, not admiring. They used to just do it and feel good about themselves, not require a validation from the rest of the world of their actions that they're doing today. The validation today is just killing everybody.
We're talking about pictures. I have signed my first autograph there.
Wow.
Those were kids rushing with the books. Oh my God, that was so adorable. And I don't think ever that anybody's gonna feel or see what I've gone through, because pictures is one thing, but imagine like the entire class of kids rushing with their notebooks, give us your autograph. Imagine that. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, that was really sweet. Wow. Okay. Give me the one single most, jingle that you guys were absolutely in love with, or from your own bank of jingles, or an RJ, favorite RJs of yours from the country, your colleague, each other's. I do not know. I know this one if you guys allow me. Okay. Okay. I'm going to sound really bad. Okay. Okay. ઉંમરમાં ઉમેરો આવે વર્ષે એક દારો આવે મિત્રોના તોળા આવે સાથે બૂમ બરાડા આવે 364 પછીનો આ દિવસ આવે તમારો બર્થડે આવે હા 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 બર્થડે આવે પ્રતીક્ષાનો કોલ આવે મોન બર્થડે મસ્ત બનાવે તમારો બર્થડે આવે એવું કંઈક હતું. I do not know even I'm taking the right RJ's name or not. I'm so sorry. I absolutely loved it. I loved it all the time. I think it was Pratiksha. I think, right? But yeah, if you guys have a favorite jingle that you guys really enjoyed.
I think for me, it's very hard to pick one, so I'm gonna have multiple.
Okay.
But what about
But you
you?
had your thing now. What is Parima? No?
I had.
The last one that you had. No?
Yeah, the last one
The
was my
last one.
favorite because that was mine and it was very intentionally made for me. मेरा हमेशा soft launch ही हुआ है, तो I've always been जुगाड़ोfied only.
You're
But the
softy na
last
yaar.
one, the last jingle that I had was so intentionally made for me that
Sing it for us.
I cannot sing.
Okay, hum it for
no,
us.
no, please,
Radio
you have to.
Shock.
Parima.
See,
Parima.
what,
Hum at
however
least.
you
Hum
delivered
at
it.
least.
However
Hum.
you delivered
Let me
it.
think
Okay,
about it.
yeah.
Okay, but it was so. RJ Parima is a fashion ki hai Murat, fashionista and the girl next door. All the vibes that the people wrote for me, and then the entire team, decided and came up with this beautiful set of lyrics. And then we had this amazing producer who sang it for us and composed the whole thing. That was my favorite. That was my last jingle before I left
So
radio.
what was it? Okay, you're gonna.
I'm gonna play it.
Okay, play it.
Let's
But
play
you
it.
sing. Did you voice it?
No, I can never.
You
Can
don't
you
voice
sing?
your own thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay.
can't. You don't
Yeah.
voice your
Okay.
own
Yeah,
thing. That's
because
one.
like
Yeah.
you can't say, "Oh, how great I am," right?
Yeah.
Oh, like that. Okay.
Like imagine like.
Okay. So somebody else wrote it
Yeah.
for you, right?
He wrote. We have a team
Yeah,
who
who
writes.
writes-
We have,
okay,
we
okay,
have
okay.
a team who produces it. And luckily, when mine was produced, we had a very brilliant producer. So he was great at composing, singing. He was great at recording. So yeah, that was
Okay.
in my.
Did it have a
my
title?
list,
It was called something.
RJ Parima
RJ.
title.
Okay.
Jingles don't have titles. It's like how the song that you sang, it doesn't have a title. It's just like it's like a serial ka starting that comes, जैसे कि क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहुत ही कैसे आता है वैसे वैसे these are like our show का starting में it
Yeah,
plays
yeah,
like that
yeah,
like
right.
it was like Parima 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 ऐसा
मजाक
something
कर
like-
रहे हो?
no something like that but for me for me it will I'll be very biased because that was the first jingle of my station, which was there, the first jingle that I always heard. It was Radio Mirchi's original OG jingle, which was there.
The PS? Turn up the radio.
Turn up the radio.
Radio
Radio Mirchi, Radio Mirchi.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
And then when I started my show, so every RJ was given a little moniker kind of a thing for people to remember them easily. So mine was I was doing a filmy show. My first show was a total filmy show based on characteristics of people. They were given their shows. So my moniker was a Romeo Rahil.
Oh, okay.
So at that time, Uday Chopra's Uday Chopra's movie had come, and there was this "Main Hoon Romeo" and that something like that. The song was there.
Okay.
So from that, we had picked this "Main Hoon Romeo," that line from that song, and every time that I come on and I'm about to speak before that, that used to play like "Main Hoon Romeo," and then I'm like, "Hey, I'm Rahil, and I'm here for you guys," and blah 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 and all that stuff. So that was a beautiful, fun thing that I used to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Mine was
Okay.
Fashion ki hai Murat, Visbandis from Surat, Sundar bhi, Sushil bhi. बिंदास भी something RJ Parima ऐसे करके
हाँ, so I was
पूरा
trying to
vibe.
say that only like
Yeah,
RJ Parima, I
so
was
yeah,
bad
you was
with
very
it. Yeah.
close. You
I
was
was
ve- you were
little,
very
I had
close.
it in mind.
Started singing that I get so conscious.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a myth that radio jockeys can sing. No, that's a
Okay.
big no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But
yeah.
yeah, that one.
Basically, we are voices with emotions. We can use our emotions and we can express through our voices, and that is one beautiful thing about radio jockeys. But otherwise, yeah, we don't have to specifically be great singers.
Right, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
We are just set off. I think we have unconventional voices,
Yeah.
and because of that, it's easy for people to probably identify us in that way. Even if we don't take our names, it's easy for people if they're listening to. Like I said, it's a relationship, right? So people are listening to us every day. So like today, if any of your family members calling you, they don't need to tell you that, hey, I'm this. You already
of course.
identify
Yeah.
that. So it's as simple as that, you know. So that's a basic identity for us.
I think more than voice or voice texture, it is a lot to do with what um, a radio jockey brings on the table and the way they, bring
Like
it
a
on the table.
storyteller?
Yes, of course. Every radio jockey has to be a storyteller. But what I'm trying to say is, for example, rains, the first rain, or festival, Holi, Diwali, everybody, every jockey and every station's every jock is going to talk about that. But how are you, in your own element, going to bring that? So what he can do, I can never do, and I can do what he can never do, right? But then how we talk about rain, how he talks about it, and then how I follow it up, it's what sets you apart. Because आप क्या बात कर रहे हो, किस तरह से वो बात कर रहे हो, some are very good at poeting it, some are really good at storytelling it, some are good at making people laugh or making people feel. So all those characteristics are more into defining a good radio jockey versus just the voice. You
Right.
can have a really heavy Amitabh Bachchan texture or a very a texture like mine, but again, at the end of it, how do you make that person feel at the end of that 1 minute that you have on
Right.
radio?
Yes.
That matters the most.
And any particular artists that you guys looked up to? Or you still look up to?
I used to love Mumbai. Mein there used to be a RJ Jeetu Raj.
Okay.
He used to be very, very popular. He was like a star of Mumbai. Like people used to like. So while I was in the radio, I used to try and develop the things that he used to do. He used to be pure emotion. So that is something my genre as well. So I used to always be like, oh wow, he did something like this. Can I just, be somewhere on those lines and something like, because he's the OG. So I told you, right, the radio station started even before we started in Surat. So these are the OG jocks that started the first 4 cities. These were the jocks who were like the first ones to get in. And so, yeah, that way.
Yeah.
I think for me, like I said, I'm sorry to bring this up again. There's a decade, almost a decade's difference since he started. But when I joined in, there was that set of examples already there. He was looking up to Jeetu Raj and somebody was looking up to Dwanit, and I was told to look up to them, but it was so hard for me.
Right.
Because
They're not worth it.
it didn't make sense
Like,
to
we
me,
all
right?
were not worth to look up to. Like.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So I learned mostly with people around me.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say. तारीफ कर रही हूँ मैं.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but before getting in the radio,
I think I've listened to you and Harsh mostly.
you were in your school and college in the morning when I used to host a show. How were you listening to me?
So, matlab, yeah, I had morning schools and afternoon schools.
How are you
You
listening
want
to
to really know when was what? Just take it. I remember participating in one of your contests also.
Hai na? See
yeah,
how cool.
but when I went to collect my ticket, he wasn't there to meet me. So that's what I'm saying, right? And the transition happened. But anyway, coming back to who do you look
No,
up
but
to?
I used to first tell you something. The day she entered, like, so all the new jocks, whenever they come, sometimes we know who's
guys bully
coming,
them?
and sometimes.
Oh,
Sorry?
yeah,
Seniors bully them?
absolutely. He was the biggest bully ever. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but I should tell you, every jock has different vibes and energy.
Okay.
With Parima, it was she was like just out of college and all that, right?
Yeah,
So
immediately. Like I was out
yeah.
of college today, and tomorrow these people were like, you have to come and
join in like that
yeah.
stuff. She was such a ball of energy. Her energy was so bubbly and so cheerful and all. And we were like so happy with whenever someone comes in, they always bring their set of energy
Yeah, of
into
course.
the entire space, not just their own show. So when she came with such a beautiful, bubbly vibe and all of those stuff. And we were like so happy. We were like, oh wow, finally. Because what happens is if one misplaced person in the entire team, because we are a very close net team. We're just a team of what we are like 4 jocks who are running the entire city,
Right.
And if one person is someone who does not match with our vibe, then they can actually ruin the entire circle. Like, if
Right.
there's one piece which is not fitting well, then that can ruin the entire system of thought process, ideation, because there's nobody else who does it. It's just
Execution.
all of us. Just all 4 of us who's deciding everything that is happening with a bunch of obviously other ideation people.
Well, we have to vibe, right? You got
Yeah,
us
yeah.
together because you wanted us to vibe.
Yeah. The single most important reason that I got you to, because I really wanted to talk to people that I think I resonate with in that sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it is important for a host, then of course it is very important for a team to be resonating, right? Yeah, right,
So,
right.
so
Yes.
at least the company that we used to work in, that was our first policy, is that you have to vibe with each other. You have to go mad with each other. You can, the freedom that we got at that time, was mind blowing. We
Yeah.
were a bunch of mad people. If you would have come to see us, it would be crazy. We would be playing table tennis in our office. We'd be playing cricket in our office.
Carom.
We used to make
Because not everybody was like looking for a free time and then scrolling, right? We used to go have chai together, Maggie banti the office mein.
Right.
And we used to all
Yeah.
like sit and eat from like 2 different bowls. That's about it. Like 20 people there.
Right.
And then there used to be like
So basically, it was our college days, but we were being paid for it.
Yeah.
That was a really good part.
So this was like a 24-hour thing, the four jockeys, and you run the entire day, or how does it go?
Morning 7 used to be the first show, and the last show used to end at 12 in the night.
Okay.
Basically, and every day
It's
part
there.
used to be number of hours designated based on the morning, evening, day parts, and all those things. Based on that, we used to be 4 jocks, 7 in the morning, so 7 to 11, 11 to 2, 2 to 5, 5 to 9, 9 to 12. So
Right.
like that, those 5 used to be like divided in that way.
Yeah.
But
Was it very taxing in that sense?
No,
Was
it was
like
beautiful.
tiring
We never
and-
felt
If
taxing.
he's the morning jock, he starts at 6, but he gets to go home by 2.
2:30.
And the
Yeah.
evening jock gets to enter by 2.
Right.
So,
But I should tell you this, that we never had time restrictions that ki
What do
come
you
at
mean?
this time and go at this time.
but
Oh.
again, this is not at every radio station.
We're
Trust
talking about
me,
our experiences because you want
experience,
our
and that gave
experiences,
us
all right?
So much freedom to explore and enjoy.
No, but I was not coming to that. I was coming to that we had okay, my shows gets over by 11. My prep, for example, gets done by 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. I am sitting in the office till 7 o'clock. I am sometimes
nahi hai
chilling
ghar.
in another RJ's show. I'm just sitting randomly and I'm listening to him.
Yeah.
They are coming in my show. If they're early, we're just chilling with each other. And we were like, oh, let's do this suddenly. Somebody's randomly coming in our show. There's no rules. There are no regulations. There's nothing. We just have a field day. And that is the reason why, the radio station that we used to work for and the shows that we used to have were the number 1 shows in the entire city, because we used to completely depend on feels, the vibes of the entire thing.
Right.
So yeah, it was beautiful. When we have too many stories, you'll require 2-3 days when it comes to
But
podcasts.
like you asked, like, look at this. Why do you think I would have to look up to somebody? Because I had such a good, amazing, tight-knit team. When I joined the radio station, I had this Hindi accent coming in when I used to speak Gujarati.
Okay.
So one of the radio jockeys, Harsh, decided, "Tutti futti Gujarati mein baat kar, but you will never speak to me in Hindi or English."
Okay.
That's about it. All the banter and all the bullying and witty jokes was his department, and all the structure and formation and how things are done by the rule book was Utsav for me. So I've learned so much from what they have learned and what they were so willing to teach me. And it was never like a relationship where, you are junior, bully karta tha. But it was always such a great teamwork on stage. I remember going in front of 3,000 women.
Okay.
That was my
Kitty.
first.
The kitty.
Yes, the kitty.
What was
And
that?
It was
it
the
was
So basically, in now there's events that you're watching in the city that are happening. We used to pioneer those events, like
Right.
meet kitty parties, getting celebrities in the.
2016 we're
How many
talking
kitty,
about.
when you talk about kitty parties, how many women would be in a kitty party?
I
100,
have no idea
150,
about kitty
200. Imagine, just imagine, like women getting together for having
100
fun.
to 100.
We've
Yeah.
hosted a 3,000 women kitty party. Can you beat that?
I'm not kidding. And that was my first ever stage performance as a host.
Wow.
I've never been on stage. I've always been, dancing or doing something artistic, never on the mic. And that was the first time with him. And I was very clear.
You guys
with him.
co-hosted it.
We
Okay.
co-hosted it
Yeah.
because he was the favorite for women. So he
Yeah.
had to be there.
Yeah.
And I get to bully him on stage.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
But I was very clear. Okay, listen, I'm very nervous. I've never done this before. Not even in college, right? People do it in college,
Yeah.
and I never thought about it. But that was one of the most amazing shows we have done. He helped me prep it, and it wasn't his job, but we made sure that we prepped it in such a way where on stage, after following a certain script, we got in the vibe of it. And after 3 hours coming out of that event, I was so confident because, like I mentioned, all the 4 or 5 people around me, my entire team has made sure that I, thrive. And that was the best part about our radio station and that particular period of time.
So how they say in these reels, जो आजकल वायरल चली जाती है, उसमें यही कहना चाहूँगा बस कि if you have colleagues who are like your family and your buddies, then your work is no more work. So if you have those colleagues, then you are at the right place.
I remember I've heard when the floods came, these people stayed overnight.
Yeah.
And I have done 12 hours of back-to-back, like non-stop job because we had somebody had COVID, somebody was not available. So when we had that flexibility that you can, figure out what time you want to come before your show and go after, we also gave our hearts.
Right.
Yeah.
That was my next point actually. How did you guys break out some very sad news or not so great news? How did you guys process it and break it to the people listening? Yeah.
I think it's all about being sensitive about something.
Okay.
So let's say floods.
Yeah.
Okay, so Harsh and I, we were the senior jocks at that time. Also, we were the male jocks. So, we tried to cushion the female jocks during those times for obvious reasons. And at that time, it's very mandatory to be very, very precise, first of all. Because see, we were not looking to gain attention at that time.
Yeah.
Right? There was no validation required for us.
Yeah.
We knew that we are the ones responsible to give a lot of right information to the city.
Right.
So, like she mentioned, it was like 2 a.m. in the morning, 2:30 a.m. in the morning that, we figured that the water is going to come in the city. And that Harsh gave me a call and Harsh is like, Rahil, I've got this news from the, SMC and we have to go right now to the office and tell people that, this is the current situation. And we had to pass the flood level updates to everybody. There was no internet at that time,
Yeah.
So we both went at 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, and we rang the commissioner then at 3 o'clock in the morning. And here, by that time you have that rapport with all the responsible, who's and who's of the city, and they're always there for you because they know that, what responsibility you have in hand. So the only way to do it is to spread the right information in the most sensitive way possible. You don't sensationalize it, but you have that sensitivity in you that, you're like, okay, this is the only information I want to pass. I don't want to create any kind of random awareness crap about it.
Yeah.
So, I remember every 30 minutes we used to update. Subhat, I think we went on air 3 o'clock in the morning. We were on air till 12 o'clock in the afternoon for 8 hours. Harsh and I were just on the radio. We were taking people's calls. People were calling us to know if that the flood is in their area or not. It is not in their area. And if the schools were open. So we were different school parents used to call us and is the school open or not and all. So we used to go and get in touch with all the school people at that time. Hey, is your school open? If this is open, hey, if the office is open, if the government spaces are open, if there's a flood at a certain place, and is the government going there and doing the right things or not? When will people come to rescue their people? So just being right sometimes is the best thing to do, you know. So responsibility, see, fun and entertainment is there, but being responsible is one of the most important feature of a radio jockey, that or any person who is in the media field, or any person who is related to something which is about spreading awareness or is connecting to the audience or the world. You have to be responsible is the first thing. If you're not entertaining, it's okay. If you're not funny, it's okay. But if you're not responsible,
Well, it
then that
cannot
is
work
not
out.
okay.
Yeah.
That cannot work out. So being responsible and being specific, and more important, what do you call it? You have to be double sure of what you're going on air with, you know. So that we did not have the attitude of sabse tez.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
were like, it's okay to be late, but it's better to be right.
And
Right.
right now, it's all so easy to just put a fake news and it becomes viral. But then, it's not about fast. It's about reaching out to the right authorities, helping out people, kahan khana nahi hai, and then connecting the authorities with the people that, okay, this is a problem. Somebody's called us, this area is flooding way too much, and they immediately need a rescue. And, you can connect with the right authorities. You have all the contacts and you use them properly. You have all the contacts from municipal corporation to commissioners, and according to the situation and according to the issues, it was one of the very important responsibilities, especially for a morning job, to
Right.
connect the people and the authorities and make sure that we are not taking a bias or bullying or making fun of anything, but we're making sure that the solutions come to it.
Right.
Like the great man said, with great power comes great responsibility.
Okay, moving on. I am very interested in two things. I really wanted to know what was that one single moment of you during your phase, Jane, that you think it's fucked up. I don't want to do it anymore, or it's gone, or let's just one single moment.
Me?
You could have taken the action of that. Let's say you figured it out on 1st of January. Arey, dude, I cannot do this anymore. But what was that moment?
I think it's not one moment.
Okay.
I think this is, for me especially, it's a lot of small moments that bring you to that decision that, okay, when you've seen, like he said, he's seen it from 2007 and I've seen it in 2016, and we have seen it go up, and then it comes down, and when
Right.
you've seen the peak, and then you just keep wishing that the peak comes again.
The peak
It's
of
hard.
the industry or of your individuals? Like,
Industry,
what are the
definitely.
fuck ups that really happen in this thing?
You take it
Social
as
media.
Social media.
So that's so social media helped in a very beautiful way,
Right.
till it became a pressure for all of us. So it wasn't now just about doing it right. It was about doing it funnily, creatively, with more views, with more followers, with more connections, and the pressure was completely shifted to numbers instead of emotions. It moved towards reaching out to the bigger factors, and then and it wasn't about being able to express or make people feel or connect or make people laugh. That to aapko karna hi hai, but then where are your numbers? So when
Yeah.
it was too much, I think that is something. But like, the world today is so like he said, it's fucked up, it's
Yeah,
messed up.
yeah.
And when it's messed up, and when you push an artist into such mess, then it's hard for that artist to do the part that was really beautiful initially.
I have a very beautiful,
Go
not
ahead.
beautiful, but I have a very interesting line. You can edit it later. But to sum this entire feeling up, I can just say that anything which is not organic is not orgasmic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, do not take my expression. Please do not take
I
my
just said it, guys.
Yeah.
Come on. If
No,
something's
I
not
think it's
happening on its
completely,
own.
I mean, you just hit the nail on its head, I think. Because, I mean, okay, the fact that we're having this podcast today is you guys are just actually putting your words to action, right? We are a very young podcast. I think I'm very sure you guys didn't even see what our followers are. Because
No,
if
we didn't.
that was the case, and if that would have had a even little bearing of you guys showing up today, वो आप नहीं करते. We do not have followers, but you guys still showed it up, and I'm glad that me or our team we could figure that out. We're trying to talk with personalities. I think in the whole social media thing, like today also, I mean, I can be very open. Like in that sense, we are artists, and you guys are way more senior in that perspective. But I'm थोड़ा सा भी अगर मैं मीडिया से relate करता हूँ ना, I've reached out to a lot of people. Alright, a lot of them I know for a fact did not agree to it.
Because of followers.
Followers, 110%. Because, and obviously in retrospect, they would give me reasons, time, availability, but
या गला खराब
Bully.
See, नहीं गला अगर वो मान देना, अगर गला खराब अगर रीजन है तो मैं हमेशा I'm okay. शायद से आज भी मैं पुश कर लेता. But they were like,
I would have texted, hey, listen, guys, by the way, this is radio day.
yeah, exactly. So,
Your choice.
So they've given me, we're not looking for one right now. You do 20 more and then we'll see you do 30 more. But okay, any which ways.
See, having said that, I feel it's important. It is very important to push yourself on social media as well, because I remember pushing beyond my colleagues at that point, and that helped.
Yeah.
But when that started becoming like
The
your
thing.
target,
Yeah.
the thing, that
Yeah.
started becoming the burnout, the reason for burnout.
You can use my line, Parima.
And,
again.
I'm not using
Yeah,
that line.
that's my opener. I got my opening line, bro.
Do not take my expression.
Okay.
But yeah, it's when the burnout starts coming in, then you don't feel like putting more hours from your heart.
Yeah.
Then you just want to, kind of take a breather, kind of just, run away.
Yeah.
And that started happening. So yeah, definitely one big problem was social media.
But paisa
Anything
kabhi?
else?
Paisa? Anytime? Money? Were you guys
money?
paid decently, or was it? If you guys want to give
The
us numbers or
external-
not, whatever.
Before that, I'll just come to this. I'll say some. I don't know. Now I'm in the zone here, bro.
Say it.
ahead.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
just want to say that the thing that you said that you don't have followers and so we shouldn't be doing this podcast or something like that. I just want to tell you that been that done that, bro.
Yeah.
We are someone who I think 5 lakh people listen to every day.
Yeah.
So today if someone's telling me we have 10,000 50,000 views, I'm like balls.
Seriously, man.
I mean, we don't care anymore, how many people or viewers or something that's happening around. And that is one of the reasons why I don't really like this rat race of people wanting to be popular or viral or something, because we were, not to boast, but we were viral when even we didn't want to become viral.
Yeah,
we were just
man.
doing our shit.
Like I said, without they knowing you, they knew your name, man.
Let me tell you, like when I mentioned earlier that when I got in, that's when I realized so many people dream about this, so many, right? I never did. So because I never did, I loved the part where I could explore things creatively, reach out to people, have great conversations, build up beautiful interviews and have fun with listeners, because that was fun. But then when it completely shifted that, hey, do this, but also put it up in such a way that you go viral, so you have to make people laugh. I'm an absolutely emotional person.
Yeah.
I can make you feel goosebumps through something that I do. But making people laugh might not be my strength. So it's not necessary that you'd go viral immediately on that. I get it in today's world how important it is. But that can't be everything.
Yeah.
Especially when we've seen the start of it.
Right.
Right? Ki subah bhook lagi and somebody just gets you bhaja. That's not happening if with 1 million followers.
But Poojan, what I would also say is see what radio used to be back then, now for the Gen Zs and all, probably it is what social media is now for them.
Okay.
Right? Now radio is probably something where, our parents used to say that what was television for them. That was radio for us.
Yeah. Right.
Now for this generation, current generation, probably social media is what it is right now.
Yeah.
So we don't want to completely say that, social media is the worst thing ever on this
Exactly.
planet. We're not saying that. We're just saying that don't do things that you don't feel, or don't project things that you are not. That's the only thing that I want to tell people, because we all know, right? And even for people who are already doing it, right, that it's not what you are, or it's not what you're enjoying. It's the camera that you're showing that you're enjoying.
Right.
But as soon as the camera is off, what you are is what exactly you are, right?
Yeah.
So how are you even getting a kick out of it?
Yeah.
How are you
Makes
even feeling it, and what are you exactly trying to do? Because someone on the other side is actually thinking that, oh, that's what you are, or that's how, what kind of a life you're living, but that's not what you're living. So probably you know your facts, but others don't, and then they're trying to imitate something
Yeah.
like that, which is completely an ideal world scenario, which is not even true. Nobody's living that shit.
Perfectly aesthetic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
perfectly. That's the right
I'll
word.
tell you something. That other thing that I really, really, really loved about radio was I sneezed and coughed on air. And
Oh.
it was okay because that's how it is, right?
Yeah.
अगर मुझे सर्दी हुई है, मैं ही हूँ, I have to do my show.
Yeah.
And when I do it with that kind of voice, so many people pour in with the texts and they understand. So the beauty was the authenticity that I don't have to be perfect. I just have to be real. And because I'm real, I'm relatable कि हाँ अगर आप भी सुन रहे हो और आप बीमार हो रहे हो, like हाँ यार नाक बंद हो जाती है. I remember saying कि जब आप बीमार होते हो ना तब सबसे ज़्यादा आपको आपके नाक की importance पता चलती है because you can eat and taste everything.
Yeah.
अभी कुछ समझ ही नहीं
नहीं
आ
आ
रहा
रहा
है. And you would really relate on the other side of the car, you know. And that was it. Now if you're here, you'd not. I would want to be like looking perfect and sounding perfect, and that's just how things were, and now they are.
Yeah.
जिनको भी परवाह है कि हमारी नाक कट जाएगी, नाक ब्लॉक होने का दर्द तुम क्या समझो. But you know, we right now I just realized we are totally sounding like, you know, कि, oh my god, you know, social media is so
बहुत ही
fucked up.
बेकार है.
It's such a घटिया thing to
No,
do
that's
and all
not
that. No,
true,
but
though.
that's not what we want to
It's
sound.
the evergreen debate of real versus real and all that.
Huh.
I think
It's
you
just-
should
I
see
just
the
want to
whole
put it like
podcast
that.
to understand the
Ye-
context.
yes.
बीच में से नहीं उठाना.
Exactly, man.
हाँ,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah.
we're not anyway
Yeah.
saying that, you know, oh, we don't like social media.
Yeah,
Social
yeah.
media is nice, but it is just that don't get consumed in it so
Yeah.
much that you forget the difference between the real versus the real. It's
yeah.
as simple as that.
And
That is what
again,
we
we
want
were
to
doing the
convey.
comparison radio, social
Yeah,
media.
Yeah.
and yeah, of
Oh,
course,
yeah.
guys.
It's okay, guys. Nobody cares if we are politically
No,
correct
but
or
I'm
not.
just saying that if at all, still I'm not being politically correct. If it's radio versus social media, it'll always be radio.
Always.
Sorry.
Just to that.
Okay.
Mic drop. Set.
Yeah. But what about the money game? How was the money game?
So money game, it depends on what city you are performing, and second, it used to depend on how well you're performing,
Yeah.
and it used to all obviously be on the popularity charts and all
It
those
was
things.
like a monthly. It was like a
Yeah.
salary thing.
How
Yeah,
early you
we
were
are
in the
paid.
game.
So it was like a salary
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
but-
of course.
or it's like
You're
an
paid
annual
employees.
package or something.
Yeah, annually, it's like
Like
any
corporate.
other normal
Yeah, okay.
job.
Yeah.
It's exactly like any normal job.
Yeah.
So
Could you buy a 3 BHK and a car with your salary?
how long have you been working? It depends on
Yeah.
that.
Like I
Somebody
said, if you're young.
for you,
Well,
somebody like you.
I eventually did, yeah, eventually did, but
Okay.
like obviously not in the starting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years.
Okay.
That doesn't happen like that. At least in a B tier or a plus kind of a city. In probably when you are working in a metro like a Mumbai or Bangalore or something like that, that will work better for you. But also that all depends on how popular you are. If you're not popular, even if you're in a bigger city, if you're not popular,
It won't work out.
then if you're replaceable, basically in any job, that is
Yeah,
right. It's
yeah, yeah.
same with radio also. If you're replaceable, if tomorrow your morning show doesn't happen and your listeners don't call in and say that, hey, why are you not there today? Then you're not going to be paid more because you're doing a very mediocre job then, you know. And
It's like appraisal. What would you show? You'd show numbers.
Yeah.
We had to show popularity, but
Right.
it wasn't just about kisne text. Yeah, but yeah, matlab, you can tell the difference in the aura and the vibe of one job doing well than the other.
Right.
yeah, I mean,
Right.
yeah.
No, but what I'm trying to come to is, let's say if somebody is going to watch this or listen to this, if they are looking to get into the RJ,
Right now, no.
okay, they won't pay you well.
No.
I mean,
Not for the starters.
Okay,
But
will they?
Starters is
Okay,
never-
let's say I want to join. Okay, let's say
Never
I want to
great.
join. I have a house in Surat. I'm from Surat. Okay. Do you think they'll pay me like a? I'm a decent one. Okay. Popularity तो बाद में आएगी ना अगर मैं join करूँगा. If I'm somebody who's starting, would they pay me like a 30 to 40K?
yeah, 30K, yes. 30 to 40K,
Today,
yes.
yes.
In today's time, yes.
Yes.
not
Okay.
when we joined.
For
But
any fresher would probably be around 30 to 40. Yes, and if you have some experience in the media field, or if probably you're very popular on social media these days, it's exactly how, you know, even people are being casted in movies and
Yeah,
television
yeah,
and all.
yeah, yeah.
So if you have a very strong popular social media presence, then you'll probably be paid more because
Yeah.
you're coming with something along with it. You're coming with a set of fresh listeners or fresh fans with you. So in that case, there will be a
So
different
at an entry level, you'll get like a 30K,
30, 30,
40K.
40K, yeah.
So even the hiring has changed, right? Since we were hired versus now how we hire interns or people or even radio
Yeah,
jockeys.
now your social media
It's completely
matters.
different. The
Right.
entire thing has changed. That how would you calculate,
Right.
and how would you hire, and how would you choose?
Because it's not just radio anymore, Poojan. It's a 360-degree of entertainment. So they'll not just see how good you are in radio now. They will also see how strong your social media game is, how creative, how funny, how different are you in front of the camera as well now. It's not just voice anymore. It's not just your, on the mic personality. Now they're going to check everything now.
I am borrowing a question from Parima. Tell us the weirdest places that you've been recognized at. Okay. Rahil, come on.
School, colleges.
No.
Such a liar.
Such a liar.
Okay, yeah. So I was on a work trip to Thailand. And
When did they send for work?
no, not during radio days. No, so
He meant workout trip.
no, not
I'm
exactly.
surprised. I'm like, okay, when did that happen?
Guys, focus.
Yeah.
No,
Ayurveda.
no, but so the after effects of leaving radio is still there, no? So
Huh.
people
Yeah.
know it's still there.
Yeah.
So I was in Thailand for hosting one of the wedding.
Okay.
And after the wedding was done, I decided to take like 4-5 days of solo trip.
Right.
So I was on this island. I was there in the island. No, it's not as
As Phuket, Bangla Street पे somebody
I'm
recognizes.
just laughing because our story is going to sound very similar.
No, it won't. I promise you it won't.
Okay.
So it was
Okay.
Fifi Islands.
Okay.
I was at Fifi Islands, and so basically I was on a solo trip, and so how you go in group and all those
Yeah.
kind of things.
Yeah.
So there was this girl who was from UK or something like that, and like even she was on a solo trip. I was on and when you're on solo trips, if you meet solo people, then they work as your selfie sticks, basically,
Right.
because there's nobody else who's taking your pictures and videos and all that stuff. And I was walking on the beach at the Fifi Islands. And so I had already taken her pictures and all that was done. Now I told her, okay, take my walk shot. I will like walk and you like, record my video. So there was this one girl who was taking my video. Imagine this thing, okay? There's one girl, like very pretty girl who's taking my video like this. And I'm walking like this and then I'm turning and I'm like interacting with her. And somebody's passing by. Hey, RJ Rahil. I was like, oh my God, the stories the world will know after this. I was like, oh God, why?
No, but a beach is still a better place
But a
to
girl
be
taking your
recognized.
video at that time?
Yeah, I think
And
so.
not an Indian girl? Of
Yeah.
course, yes.
Okay.
Is that?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, is that?
I'm like-
Where was your...
Mine was Bali.
Nightclub?
Okay.
Like I said, very similar. So we were
Nightclub? Nightclubs?
What? No.
Okay.
Please edit this. So you were at the nightclub.
I was at the beach, I said.
I said similar. You said
Yeah.
nightclubs.
Yeah. He
No,
just
He's like
twisted the story.
he's
again.
like-
Shab, no.
Yeah.
Say.
So I went to Bali with a few friends, and it happened that we were in Gili Islands. So again, overnight we were staying, and we head out for a walk near the beach, and there were multiple shacks, and I for a bit. मेरी चप्पल टूट गई थी so I had to walk to the next shack. I thought there's a little sitting there because this shack had nothing to sit on. So I just walked there. It was pretty quiet. There was just one set of people. I could tell that they are Gujarati, but ठीक है. Like there were 15 tables and only one was filled. And other ठीक है, I went. I did my thing. I got it proper. And then I was walking back, and then the set of people say, "Hey, are you RJ Parima?" I'm like, are you seeing me chappal kar rahi ho? And they're like, yeah. Wait a minute, let me record this. Say it again. Like, are you RJ Parima? And I'm like, here in Bali, who would expect? And then later on, I don't know if you want to keep this, but you know Thalaiva?
Yeah.
See, he's the owner and he's my dad's friend somehow. So we like, it's
Yeah.
like that's the. I was like, यहाँ तो सब फिरंग है. I'm so happy that there's barely any Indians. And I can like have a great time. I love talking to people who are firang because they come with very different set of mindset. And then suddenly this set of group coming in, yelling at me, and I'm like, okay, that was such a mix of emotions because I was so happy, yet scared, yet embarrassed because I was literally fixing my chappal. So it was really, really fun. And then I took it in, and then I sat with them and we discussed our itineraries, and then we had a great time after that. We played games and it was so good. So yeah.
I have a suggestion for people who actually want to have a solo trip in real. please never speak in Gujarati anywhere that you go. Because if they
Okay.
figure out you're a Gujarati and if they
There
are a
will be a
Gujarati,
thepla that is coming
But
out
then
soon at your
You
face.
can't hide it.
no,
Yeah.
you can't. You just shut up. You don't speak in Gujarati. Whenever you see a group
But you can't
together,
tell, like, by looking at the group that, okay, are these people?
just so don't speak in Gujarati then. Otherwise,
No,
they're
but
going to know you're a Gujarati and they're going to find out exactly
Kya
what is
dicho?
your address. And then they're going to be there
True.
with you in the entire trip. And then it's no more a solo trip. Then it's a group trip for you. Because then they're passing
I so
theplas.
love
They're
it.
wanting
I
to
so
know
love it. I love meeting people.
from where they are, from what they're doing. No, but then I would also like to know some Firangs there. Na? Gujarati is I can go to Saputara and find Gujaratis there.
Same.
But I don't want to go to
But
Thailand and
Bali
then
is the last place I expected that
Yeah.
I'm gonna find somebody
Yeah.
who'd recognize
Seriously?
me.
I see a lot of Gujus going
Yeah,
there.
Bali.
Gujus, yeah,
Hello,
true.
hello.
But Abhi,
Yeah.
there was a period when Bali shot up. I
Oh.
went right before that.
Right.
So it was like you see
Yeah.
all the Firangs on the flight, and then the barely any Indians like in the entire trip. And that was the last place I saw like the first set of Gujaratis, and they recognized me. Imagine
Right.
that. Because most of them are Australians there. So
There are
many.
barely any Indians or there are Indians bare? Okay, sorry.
This just reminds me of the first time that we met.
I
We
did
met
not-
at Night Bazaar with a couple of common friends, and he was giving me 2 jokes a minute. Few of them landed, few of them did not.
Yeah.
But hey, in my own mind, I was like, dude, that's RJ Rahil. And
Never
it was
meet
pretty
your
cool.
idols.
Yeah,
Bullshit.
I did not miss this.
yeah, it was pretty fancy in that sense.
Yeah, please continue. We are off track.
Yeah, no. So I really am interested. So where are you guys currently in terms of your professions? Now you guys are ex-RJs, right? Both of you.
Yep.
So what do you guys like calling yourselves now? Or what is
Survivors.
What's your profession now?
No, you go ahead. Mine's gonna
Yeah.
take time.
Oh my God,
Nothing
yeah.
fancier. So I'm a full-time anchor
Okay.
and MC. I specialize in doing celebrity shows, weddings, and a lot more. I do voiceovers as well, and yeah, that pretty sums up a lot of things that I do. Nothing very fancy, just very regular stuff.
Any more gigs that you want to try, like an acting gig, like something like that?
I would like to get into that, like, probably start with some ads or something like that. And that would be fun to do. Behind the camera has been there, but in front of the camera should be fun, I think. I mean,
Okay.
you guys should tell me if at all this camera is friendly to me or not, but then we can take this as my audition.
Yeah.
Kya?
Oh please.
Yeah.
Oh please.
But yeah, I think, good stuff. I think I really like what it is, because more than a decade I've spent in the four walls in a studio, but my voice used to travel across, but now I get to travel across along with
Right,
it. So it's a
yeah.
beautiful, so today you're this city, tomorrow you're in another city, you're traveling, you're meeting different kind of people.
Yeah.
And now that when you host more, like, you're meeting a lot of ethnicity people,
Yeah.
because a lot of NRI weddings and all that I host.
Right.
So you meet Africans, you
Yeah.
meet people from UK.
Very
you meet-
exciting. I
It's
love that.
different people across, and they're so fascinated with Indian
Yeah.
weddings, and
Right.
trust me, they're more excited than we are in those weddings.
Yeah, yeah, I
They-
know,
they're
I'm
like,
for- yeah.
So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful space.
Yeah.
Doing celebrity shows is again. I remember while I was we started with those basic shows and all that we used to host, like while we were RJs. So I used to tell myself that one day I want to host where there are 20,000 people doing it and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. And then Kapil Sharma happened in Surat. It was the first.
That was your biggest?
That time it was my biggest because there was like 25,000
What is the
people.
biggest now?
I've hosted Arijit Singh. I've hosted
Nice.
A.R. Rahman.
I've seen that, yeah.
I've hosted A.R. Rahman, sir.
Yeah.
I've hosted Kapil Sharma again. Arijit Singh I've hosted 4 times by now.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's a crazy experience.
How's the vibe from there? वहाँ से दुनिया अलग दिखती है ना?
बहुत
Stage
ज़्यादा
से,
अलग
yeah.
दिखती है.
पर थोड़ी लोनली भी होती है. You feel like कि थोड़ा
Yeah.
crowd का craze चाहिए. I don't know with
No,
Arijit
from
होता होगा.
Arijit, no. So what happens is now, when with these big concerts, even if you're doing a Coldplay and all, people are already in the zone of it.
Yeah.
So, when you're on the stage, you just sing a line and people will sing the entire song with you.
Yeah.
Arijit Singh, you will not believe it. That man can perform for 3 hours non-stop without any plus ones or minus ones. He doesn't give a damn. He is a guy who gets on the stage. He uses every corner of the stage. He goes from the most expensive seats to the cheapest ones. He makes sure he's interacting with every one of them.
Right.
He's once in a lifetime kind of star. And you have to attend his concert to feel it.
Right.
He's a gem. He's
Right.
amazing that way.
Right.
A.R. Rahman was a crazy experience. 30,000 people, and again, but he is someone who's like a musical. It's like a musical.
Yeah.
You don't go to listen to him. You go for the kind of a feel, the vibe that he gives.
Right.
You just sit there and listen. The
Yeah.
live chayas, the
Yeah,
live
yeah.
rojas, the
Yeah.
live experiences of those songs. It's a beautiful experience in itself. So yeah, so that's my space right now. That's where I am in right now.
And
So-
the whole sector is picking up. You think you're getting decent work? Is there
I
enough
think
work?
this is beautiful sector for
Okay.
people to come if you love stage,
Yeah.
if you are confident about your own self, your personality, then I think it's a wonderful space to get in
Right.
right now. And yeah, I think.
By the way, I also host weddings.
Of course you do.
With,
I've
with
seen
a
you guys
friend
doing.
of mine,
yeah,
co-founder
the
at
Smile
Mahal.
Radiator.
Smile, yes.
Yeah. I
It's
love it.
beautiful, man.
I love
I
it
can't
how.
do weddings. I mean, I don't know how you both
I
do
can
weddings.
do. I mean, I enjoy all sort of hosting because we usually do it in pairs. Yash and I do it together, and it's a different vibe, different energy. We only not restricted to weddings. I like hosting in general.
Yeah. No, I've seen some of your work, and you guys are very unconventional with the way you guys
Yeah,
host the
we try
wedding.
and
So it's
do
a very
that.
good experience to
Yeah.
have you guys on the stage. It's
Yeah.
fun. I mean,
Yeah.
not just weddings. You guys do a lot of corporate gigs,
Yeah,
also a
yeah,
lot of
we do.
concerts. I've
Yes,
seen you
yes,
guys
yes,
do
yes,
and
yes,
spread
yes.
yourselves. Pretty
Yeah.
good, man. You guys
Yeah.
good with your job.
Yeah. So, ma'am, okay, we're not doing weddings. Okay,
I
what do
can-
you do?
So I cannot do weddings. I
Okay.
don't know why, but
Even I can't do weddings.
liar.
You cannot
you
call out-
thrive on weddings.
No, I can't
you
do
love
weddings.
You can't know.
Okay, that one landed.
Yeah, I told you, right? Few will and few will not. Yeah.
yeah.
That's what she
So
said.
yeah, I can't host weddings. I don't know. It's more to do with I have tried, but it's more burnout for me than enjoying it.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just not my thing. But other than that, I host corporate gigs, and other than that, I host fashion shows and I host concerts.
What was your craziest hosting experience? Like a really
King.
good one? The one that happened in
Yep.
Surat?
Yep, you
What
know
I'm
it.
saying, bro.
Yes.
Wow.
King, Lucky Ali.
Wow.
But the biggest one was King because
Oh, that
crazy.
was. I think
Insane.
if the numbers are true of what they've given out, bro, that was the biggest in India.
Tuman meri jaan.
Bro, people from Excellencia were recording in that particular video went viral, bro.
yeah.
So, wow.
King was really amazing.
I didn't know you back then, mother.
They had it in the
Tickets le leta
newspapers. The Queen hosting the King.
main aapse.
Guys,
Okay.
please stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay. But is there enough work in that space?
So no, it's challenging because
Yeah.
again, it's very tricky in my spot because when you're not doing weddings, you're not actively there. Again,
Yeah.
on social media, I don't post as much. People inquire a lot about weddings because that's हर घर में शादी होती है.
Yeah.
So they look for it, and those people who are actively there, it's much easier to reach out to them. But yes, there is a very set of people connections who reach out to you because they know your work and they want you
Right.
for that. So very much it's up. And now that I have the freedom to choose where I want to go, where I want to travel, where I don't want to do it, I do it, at my own risk. I'm not like, आज ये city में कल वहाँ चलते हैं परसों. I travel a lot, like for myself.
Right.
So then ये चीज़ commit करना मेरे को it's not that often for me. Plus, I do multiple other things as well. So other than concerts, I also do voiceovers and dubbing. So in that area also, I love that because आप नींद से उठा के करवा सकते हो. I
Like, I'm
remember-
sorry, I'm cutting. What do you mean dubbings and voiceovers? Like, can you give me an example?
You hear ads on music apps.
Okay.
You see ads, you hear ads on YouTube and animated videos. There are a lot of draping videos, many different kinds and narrative videos. And there are, for example, one of the corporate films that show around and they want to talk about how it is. There is something sexy that you want to do where there's something very, emotional you want to do for some jewelry brand. So there's this very big range of big industry there.
Parima used to be one of the favorite radio ad voices, by the way. She used to.
Acha.
That's what I was getting to.
Yeah.
In
When I was
radio
in radio, I
ads,
was so fine.
the guy who used to make radio ads, like
Our
what you listen to
producer.
every day
Yeah.
on radio and all, he used to be like Parima, he used to pamper her the most because he needed her voice the most. Because
Oh my
be it
God.
any kind of emotion of ad, and it used to be like, Parima, can you please come and give that? She's like, she used to be like, I'm doing my show right now. It's like, oh, can you please come right now? Just 5 minutes, just 2 minutes of work, just
Oh, that
5 minutes
2
of
minutes
work.
was never 2 minutes. It's one full hour I used to sit, and I remember during the peak hour, maybe Navratri, I've done 30 scripts.
Wow.
30 scripts. And then I've gone and done my show, and then I've gone home, changed, and been on the stage for Navratri. It has been
Okay.
exhausting.
Okay.
But that also, had emotions on the tip of my tongue. So if you wake me up and you say, okay, hey, let's do very narrative voice, so I can immediately get into that. Say you have to do something really sexy and sensuous, so you can immediately get into that.
Okay, let's do it. Promote the Quicksilver show in a little
Ad way.
Ad way. You pick the genre. Let Rahil, what do you want to listen to? Sexy?
You're giving obvious
He's
choices, bro.
obviously gonna-
Yeah, sexy. Let's do this.
Welcome to the Quicksilver Show. Do not.
Okay, we won't look.
No, I'm the looking full on.
I would need a script though.
Okay.
Let me think about it. Give me a
Let
second.
me do chat GPT.
Yeah,
wait.
you do the script, I do
Yeah.
the voiceover.
Yeah,
That is
cool.
easy for me
Done.
because my brain can only. Till then, I'll do the narrative one.
Done. Yeah.
Welcome to the Quicksilver Show. It's gonna be about RJ Rahil and RJ Parima with Poojan tonight on World Radio Day, the iconic, the legendary podcast of the evening. Welcome to the show.
Yeah. Perfect. I got my opening line.
I didn't know the script, so there were pauses.
Yeah. Iconic, legendary में बाद में डालूंगा 10 साल बाद.
हाँ, वो कर देना क्योंकि I was just trying to think
No,
the
but
script
pretty,
as well.
you guys are pretty spontaneous that way.
जल्दी
You
करो
can do
यार.
this line.
Yeah.
Tune in and plug in.
You want
And
me to do
let's-
this? What?
This
Like,
one line. This one line.
tune in.
Yeah. Arey, listen now. What? It's a nice
He
read.
is a bully.
Only if you guys, I mean.
Okay, so give me like a tone.
Funny? Can
Nah.
No?
First the sexy one.
Sexy
come
one.
on.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. This one is for the Quicksilver Show, just so you guys know.
Of course, yeah.
Do not try this at home.
Tune in, plug in, and let's ride the silver wave together. The Quicksilver Show with Poojan.
Dude, I'm subscribing right now. Rahil, you एक आप भी करो यार.
You
एक
know
आप भी. Yeah.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Tune in, plug in, and let's ride the silver wave together at the Quicksilver Show.
Nah,
with
he's
Poojan.
underplaying it.
Underplaying it, man.
Definitely.
Come on, कुछ और चाहिए. Thailand. Imagine now we are in Thailand.
So I'll
अरे पर
tell
ये
you.
line मेरी नहीं है ना.
So I'll tell you, it's for me also when I'm doing that tone, I would rather do it alone. I'd do it probably in a little dark.
पूरा
yeah.
mood ऐसा.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So you can hear yourself as well. Abhi, it's hard to hear
Dim
myself.
lights under the blind.
Yeah.
Give me the script.
Yeah.
It's same one.
No, Seema, that's fine. Give me like a pitch.
Full energy. मतलब यही नहीं किया तो क्या
Okay.
किया आपने ऐसा?
Tune in, plug in, and let's ride the silver wave together. The Quicksilver Show with Poojan. Tonight with RJ Parima and RJ Rahil.
Wow.
Ting 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 ting.
Crazy guy. Bro.
So yeah,
Oh.
that's a very like
Fuck, you
can-
guys are so fucking good, man.
I love this. So
Wow.
this though I can do it like Deen se uthake. So
Right.
there's a big range of
Yeah.
storytelling and advertisements, and then there's videos, there's narrations, too many things. And when I say dubbing, that's completely different from voiceovers.
Right.
Not completely different, but yeah, there's
You
a.
guys get like good ka Mukesh and stuff? No, you guys don't do that. No, वो सब disclaimers and everything. No, right?
Nah.
It's too much.
Disclaimers, yes. We
You've
can
done?
do IVR as well.
Yeah, IVR.
You wanna do
What have
IVR?
you done
IVR?
So you
AI.
know,
Basically, before AI, we were AI.
it's
Okay.
like एक दबाएं, ये करने के लिए 2 दबाएं, फलाना फलाने के लिए 3 दबाएं.
इंग्लिश में
वापस हाँ इंग्लिश में
इंग्लिश में बात करने के लिए 1 दबाएं. फोन पे बात करने के लिए 2 दबाएं.
That is you guys talking?
Yeah,
It used to be us.
Some
Abhi
of us.
AI can
Yeah,
do this.
yeah.
So we get a lot of I get a lot of inquiries saying कि hey हमने AI से ये कराया but feel नहीं आ रहा. So now we want this in a little relatable manner. So
Right.
ये वैसे करके दो.
How do you guys charge, man? I mean, how would somebody decide कि यार
There's
इसमें
no
कितना?
fixed. There's no
ऐसा
fixed
नहीं
charges
है.
based
If you
on
guys are free, you'll just do it.
depends.
No, it's him because he's big on wedding hosting. But
Yeah.
for me, it's one of the most important places where I work with.
No, but to
So-
understand if something is not funny, if something is not sexy enough, or how would I judge it, or how do you guys
It's the
put a number
client
to
that
it?
does, na?
Two things. So when I look at the script and the video that I am putting my voice to, I understand in my own way. If it's a hospital, it has supposed to be in certain way. If it's a jewelry brand and they want to be premium, then it's supposed to be in some way. And if it's party, like you said,
Yeah.
full of energy, it's supposed to be in certain way. So that's one way I understand. And also I ask the client, what is it? Because एक script को देख के I can also imagine the same script in energetic voice
Yeah.
and some jewelry client would come up and say कि hey नहीं हमें तो ना थोड़ा सा festive ही रखना है because दिवाली है
Right.
so don't go very like soft on it. So
Yeah.
then what's their requirement
Yeah.
plus what I feel, and then we figure out that what works best for what visuals are there, and then we go along with that.
I think hospital ads should be made in a sexy way now. Because everything else is so fucked up for them, and at least something to look
so-
forward to.
That's not just it. That's not just it with voiceovers. Then
Yeah.
there's acting, voice acting.
Okay.
So you do Pooh, for example. So I did this script where I played Kareena Kapoor Khan, basically
Ah.
Pooh's character for that script, and that's one of the most favorite ones that I've done. So it's not narrative, it's not sexy. It's Pooh's character, and the
Right.
script is written in such a way. Let me think of the lines. क्या था?
मैं अपनी favorite हूँ is one. No?
हाँ, yeah, that's तो there.
Yeah.
कौन है ये जिसने दोबारा मुड़ के मुझे नहीं देखा?
कौन है ये जिसने दोबारा मुड़ के मुझे नहीं देखा? Who is he?
चंदू के चाचा ने चंदू की चाची को चांदनी रात में चांदनी चौक पे चांदी के चम्मच से चटनी चटाई.
मैं अपनी फेवरेट हूँ. And then it
Yeah.
goes because वो brand ने बाद में लिखा है कि okay it's about recycling or it's about this, so वो script को थोड़ा सा manipulate किया है, and the character is Pooh yet the script is talking about that product.
Right.
So then it goes in that direction. So I have to also practice कि if I'm sounding right, I'll listen to Pooh's voice so much back to back. So there's a lot of things, and I've loved this part because of course घसाया बहुत था बहुत किया है when I was with the brand, but other than that opened like this quickness of it that I can deliver within 24 hours, and I redos बहुत कम आते हैं because I'm very sure when I get into that I am like fully in that zone. If it's funny, I'm in that zone. If it's sexy, I'm in that zone. So yeah, that's a big thing. And when you asked about how do you charge, so it's more about your experience, and then per minute and per seconds,
Okay.
per script. It depends who
Right,
you're working with
right,
and how it is.
Right. Oh, so what is the scope? Like a little serious question, but I really am interested. What's the
But
future?
that's I'm not done with what
Okay,
that
yeah.
I'm doing.
Perfect. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So, of course, I'm hosting, and then other than that, voiceovers, voice acting, and dubbing. Other than that, I have also been active on social media. So, I won't call myself as a creator, content creator, but there are a lot of brands who want people to act. I won't say I'm a great actor, but I'm great in front of the camera when it comes to speaking in the same way. So if there's a script that's running in front, and and I have to deliver the same way I did the voices,
Right.
I can do that for brands.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of brands who want to keep content on social media, and the brands don't have like an identity with a person.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Brands just want their content. For example, there's a finance brand and they want like every day some
Right.
relatable content to
Yes.
go. They need
Yes.
somebody to speak that content, which is relatable, which is timeless. Stock market ho gaya. So those scripts, you sit in front of the camera and you deliver it in certain way. So those things, and then other than that,
That's a very interesting scope of work.
the problem with that,
Is it similar to other UGCs?
yeah. Very similar, but
Similar.
I prefer where the brand shoots it because they are like, nahi, background aisa hai,
Yeah,
वैसा
वैसा
है,
है,
so you shoot it.
Yes.
I'm
UGCs
okay.
is user-generated
Yeah,
content,
yeah,
Yes,
right?
very
So
similar.
I'm sure everybody knows
I
about
do.
it.
I do user generated UGC,
Yeah.
Say na.
user generated content. होता
Yeah.
है.
होता, yeah.
Please do not
Okay.
take him bullying me like that.
But
And other than
is there enough future in this, bud?
like I said, I am doing multiple things. So that's one part of it. And I have my fruits in multiple basket. And other than that, I do this in storytelling kind of thing, you can say. So I work with brands like Trends and Have More, and I've created videos from scratch, scripts from scratch according to my vibe, and then I've shot them in a very creative way and I put it on my page. So I also do it for the brand's page, where it's not about RJ Parima, it's about the brand in the script, and it can completely go in their page and it's not there on mine. But when they want to do it RJ Parima X the brand, I make sure that it's true to my content. So I recently did it for a cafe, and it was a very good vibe cafe, and we did this the feminine urge to dress up in a sari and just have a good time with yourself. That was the whole concept and idea behind it. So I dressed myself, I styled myself, and then we had the whole beautiful shot coming in the cafe, and then in the cafe I'm ordering the masala tea because everybody that follows me know that I'm a tea person. I'll never have a coffee. So I'm authentic there. So I will make sure that whenever I'm doing RJ Parima X the brand, we are bringing something very new, very different, and very something that you can use, the brand can use later on as well, even after a year, any video that the brand has
Something
worked with
that has
me.
longevity to it.
Yes, absolutely. So that's one thing I do. So that things you can see on my page. Other than that, I also host podcasts. So the brands hire me to host the podcast.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Again, it does not have to go on my page,
Yeah.
but a lot of brands need somebody to hold the conversation right. And I loved when I was working with the brand, I loved hosting interviews. And I should not boast, but I was celebrity favorite then.
Yeah.
So they used to love, because they used to come Surat the last. They used to start from Rajkot, these Gujarati film industries mostly. So they used to start from Rajkot, Ahmedabad, Baroda, and then come last to Surat, and sometimes at the end of it. So they're like, yaar, bahut thak gaye, same cheez baat kar karke. So I always made sure that I created a very different set of very casual conversation, and yet we ended up talking about things that they've not spoken about in these like 12 interviews they've done before.
Difficult job, man.
But fun.
Not as the same question is a difficult job.
I love it. I've spoken about cancer, matlab not on this, but like when
The
I
sun
was
sign.
when when I'm talking about hosting podcasts, I have been hired to host a doctor's podcast talking about cancer. So that brings a very completely different vibe. So I can say that I bring. I'm a very moldable person, and that's my strength, that I mold according to the requirements, and yet I bring something fresh on the table. The only thing is to also market the same thing. It's so hard to bring something new for everyone. It's hard to explain the brand ki, hey, listen, it's going to be amazing and it's going to be different, but they can't imagine. So it's a plus and minus. But yeah, I think social media, voiceovers, hosting, that's pretty much it.
Parima is like water. She takes the shape of the container that she is in.
It is, and I'm very proud of it.
All right. So, am I doing a decent job? If you guys have been interviewing people and been talking to people for years now, अभी तक तो ठीक है ना?
बहुत सही जा रहे हो. Poojan is rocking the quick
नहीं,
silver
अभी नहीं चाहिए
show.
मुझे, वो बाद में कॉल टू एक्शन बाद में.
मैंने तो इतना
Naturally
सारा
आएगा
कर दिया,
तभी
मेरे
मिलेगा.
पास मत कराना.
Naturally आएगा तभी मिलेगा, वरना नहीं मिलेगा. जब आ रहा है तब ले लो.
Yeah. Okay. Guys.
So anchoring में, by the way, anchoring में बहुत scope है.
अच्छा.
Yeah, abhi it is a crazy time because everybody needs master ceremonies, be it in any whichever celebration that they're doing. It can be a corporate.
And when you started, I think तब सिर्फ संगीत का होता था. Now people host carnivals as well.
Yeah,
I think
man.
that wasn't
Carnivals
the
are
case 10
better
years
than
ago.
People
Sangeet,
host
Right?
guys.
everything.
Carnivals are better than Sangeet.
People host everything.
Yeah, now,
Sangeet
yes.
is just overrated. I think Sangeet is overrated. The main maza is only when there are carnivals or there are different kind of
but the
themes that you're
carnival
doing and
culture
all.
came 5 years probably, say 6
Yeah.
years, but not when 10 years
Yeah.
ago. When, you know.
Yeah. So Sangeet
That's
used to
what-
be the thing where people used to mix everything, but now people have the
Yeah.
bandwidth and time also because a lot of, the destination weddings are growing
picked it
day
up,
by day
Yeah.
because of the same reason that people now want experiences and not just a shosha thing. And they want their guests to take back something home,
Yeah.
rather than just the hampers.
Like today, I have shared almost like an audition clip. So we've been asked to send something that is unique to us, like you said, like what can Yash and I bring fresh, like माइक पकड़ लेते हैं, अच्छी बातें कर लेते हैं, we do few different things, but then like मैंने बोला अगर मैं आपको वो दिखा दूंगा तो आप कैसे कुछ समझोगे कि फ्रेश है, but नहीं, they were like they literally auditioning, committees बैठते हैं कि भाई मुझे ये 2 लोगों से पूछना पड़ेगा ऐसा वैसा, which is fair when you say it's a lot of scope.
Somebody asked me if I host a reception. I'm like, okay, I don't do weddings, but like adding to your point where you said, ki, yes, there is big scope in that because weddings are just happening. It's a big market. So yeah.
Ask me about it.
No, but hosting, I'm not just talking about wedding hosting.
Yeah,
Because the hosting overall, there's a lot of scope. Like, and it also depends on which city you are in. Because let's say there are cities where there are a lot of corporates there.
Yeah.
You know, so like cities like Bangalore or Mumbai or Pune for that matter. There's so many corporates there. There are so many MNCs there that you
there
know
are seminars
really
happening left, right, and center.
Yes. And people require MCs there. So it's not just weddings, you know. And so it's a vast scope, you know. So you have to pick your battles. Like, you know, what is your preference in life? That is very
picking
important.
2-3. Podcast is one. I'm going to do cricket very soon.
Oh.
Fingers crossed. I might cover for YouTubing. For now, it's going to be for our channel and for the audience that we have. We're trying to cover the World Cup. Let's see कैसे होता है वो. And I'm into food as well. So I also run this family catering business.
Interesting.
Bread and butter वही है.
So you've got your fruits in multiple basket too.
Yeah, always.
Right.
Yeah. No, okay. Do you think, what do you take of our city, man? What has the city given you?
I love our city. I love our city because I've seen lives in Bangalore and Mumbai and Delhi, and the forward thinking of our city compared to the other tier 2, and also at the same time, you know, it's not that fast that you lose yourself completely. I mean, I hate commute. I hate being in the car. And still when in 1 hour or 1.5 hours, I can get like 5 things done in other cities, I'm still commuting from one place to other. So that's a big deal. But other than that, I love that people are here open to experiment. This is very, I don't know, unpopular opinion or very, I don't know. I feel that because alcohol is restricted here, people have very, very creative ways to spend time to connect, to actually put effort to, you know, do something that's fun and unique and, you know, experiment. I mean, the more I look around, I see कि कुछ नया workshop हो रहा है. People are finding something to, you know, just to get together, कुछ कर रहे हैं. So, and the community is growing. Gen Zs are taking, you know, stepping up, and they are creating multiple things to explore. And we have kayaks se lekar, we have beaches. I mean, I love our city.
Do you think Gen Zs are looking up to Surat, or they want to get out of Surat? They're looking for an opportunity where they can
I
go
think
out
they
of
are
Surat.
building for their own opportunities here as well. I have seen so many people start their small businesses and thrive within last 2 years. I'm not even kidding. So when you go to Fleece, you see so many people. पहले हमेशा होता था Bangalore से आए, Ahmedabad से आए हैं, Mumbai से आए हैं. You see now, just you walk into that invite and you see like there are like 10-15 stalls, and you didn't even know that, oh my God, these people were in Surat all this while. It's
Shark
amazing.
Tank में भी 4 episode तो सूरत के लिखे हुए हैं अभी तो.
हाँ, हो चुका है. एकदम fun.
Yeah, I like our city that way.
Yeah.
Nice, not bad.
मतलब है, ऐसा नहीं है, people want to go out, sure, but personal opinion,
I have a
love it.
little complaint though. Do you think we have enough performing art supporting audience? Do you think enough poetry happens in our city? Do you think enough open mics happen in our city? Do you think enough open mics happen? Do you think enough theatre happens in our city?
See, first of all, when it comes to all of those performing arts and all we are talking about, it all comes from the culture that they belong to, right?
Right.
It's a very business-oriented city right now, right? There are not too many people who are really, what do you call it? Who they're exposed to very different things around. Where does art come from? Where does culture come from? When you're experiencing a lot of things around, when you've traveled across the world, but then you don't want to just go and, you know, grab it. You want to bring that to your city.
Yeah.
At the same time, the acceptance and receptance about those things are also very, very important, right? Now, today when I am hosting a particular, you know, show somewhere, the kind of way that a lot of other cities know how to enjoy a particular art form. It's different from what our city knows how to. They're still learning. I wouldn't say that they're not
Yeah.
growing at all. They're not
Yeah.
stagnant, but they're learning, still learning. The Gen Zs are bringing, the next gen is bringing that to the city right now.
Right.
It'll take time. Obviously, like we have this common saying that Surat is always like 5 years behind Mumbai. Now that 5 years gap has now reduced to a lot of
Right.
extent, but at the same time, education is still a very, very, very important aspect that our city needs to
Right.
grow in. There are no very big what do you call it aspirational colleges that people really from abroad or across the country wants to come and study here, other than the NIT and all what we're talking about. And because of that, the more that the different culture people will
okay.
come in the city, the more they will bring along their own cultures, and the more kind of different culture will develop. Otherwise, Surat is beautiful for its family values. Surat
Yeah.
is known for that. That is
Yeah.
a beautiful thing about us. But
Right.
it really needs to blend in with a lot of different cultures to experiment more things. Is what I feel. That is my personal thinking
Right.
about it.
Yeah.
Adding to that, I have done fine arts. I am from arts, and my batch was 7th,
Okay.
right, in 2016. So imagine an art school that is just booming, just like it just started. So when I had to get into that, I had to think so much कि अरे scope है क्या, अरे
Right.
commercialization है क्या, appreciation है क्या, understanding है क्या. And that's still the question. But I think there is such an interesting thing that I learned from one of my friends who's also an artist, and she's done it from Ahmedabad and then went to Delhi. She said being an artist is very important, but once that's not enough. You also have to be great at commercializing it. But when I say commercializing it, it's not just about the money. It's also knowing how to put your art in such a way where people can actually understand it.
Yeah.
Because the gap matters. I think I had a very great example when you were talking. I forgot.
No, but actually, they say now that sometimes it's not that you are not great at it. It's sometimes you're misplaced.
Not the right time, not the right.
You're not at the right place sometimes.
Yeah.
So something that you do is probably not appreciated at that place. But if you place somewhere where you get the right audience for yourself, you will be appreciated. Like, that social experiment Sonu Nigam or somebody did where he was singing on the streets or
Yeah.
somewhere like that. It was Sonu Nigam or somebody
Sonu
else.
Nigam.
He was
Beggar?
he was singing, he was singing on the streets. Nobody gave a damn about him. But the same person with the same talent.
Even with that, he got
There's
like, a lot
someone,
of appreciation.
some other artists. So basically, they were trying to show is that it's not your art that is a problem. It's where you are sometimes is a problem.
So, but when will that come to us in that
So
sense?
I'll tell you that. That was my example. Yes. Sorry. Thank you. So what I was trying to say is, when you say open mic and stand up, I saw the massive crowd for Zakir Khan. I still see it for Piyush. I see it for people who have been consuming. And when I go to that, I realize the audience is really big. It's just we need somebody who is there to hold it right. Because when we talk about this city, it is open to things, and there is all kinds of crowd here. Very, very fascinating, because I remember being in college and I had like 5 people from this area, 5 here, and they covered. And I had a small Surat in my class, and I could tell that how similar we were at that spot, but at the same time we were so different, thought process wise, backgrounds wise. And Surat is so diverse in that sense. And because of that diversity, even on radio, it was really hard for us to target the mass. Somebody coming from some head coming from Ahmedabad said, hey, why is it so difficult? And then I had to like sit him down and explain, hey, listen, this is this area, this is this area, this is this area, and these people think about this exact thing like this, like 5 different ways.
Yeah.
That's when I think, okay, if one bigger thing happens, people will show up. I remember going to King. I remember going to Zakir Khan, Arijit. So you will see the pull of the crowd who are there not just because trend hai, but because they actually value the art.
Okay, if today you guys host open mic, do you guys think people would show up, pay 200 to 500 rupees? Let's say
No.
we book Sanjeev Kumar or a smaller performing arts, or even smaller, a science center auditorium.
But
Do
when you
guys-
say you host,
like
what
you,
do you mean?
you two, or let's say the 3 of us. Do you think-
We are hosts. We are
So-
the mediators.
I think I have a. Sorry, I'm just continuing what
Yeah.
she's saying. Is Surat, what I have at least experienced it, they are up for like really big names,
Yeah.
like an Arijit Singh or like a Zakir Khan. But if there is a very smaller name which is coming and doing their gig, then people are not going to show up like that. Because the reason I'm saying is because Surat has a lot of money, so they have seen the best of the worlds.
Yeah.
You know, they traveled the worlds and they have seen all of it. So when a smaller artist comes, they're like not interested. Surat has always been looking up to something which is aspirational for them. That is the reason that why most of people in Surat always look up to Mumbai for
Yeah.
things that are happening there. You know, oh, that's happening in Mumbai. Let's bring it here in Surat. You know, something like that. So that aspirational value, whenever you're bringing something to Surat, you need to look at what is the aspirational value of that particular brand, thing, person, activity, or
Idea.
a show. If that is aspirational for people of Surat, that we want to be a part of this, man, then people are going to come. But if
And-
there is no aspirational value to it, then no matter who's getting it, doesn't matter.
And being in Surat, अगर कुछ मुंबई में हो रहा है, you would immediately go to Mumbai. So then you can.
So locals के लिए फिर क्या? I mean,
You bring
when-
that something different.
What I'm trying to come to is, there are smaller comedy clubs that operate in Surat.
Yeah,
do
I
not
know that.
if
I've
Hub
been
the
there.
Club and
Yeah.
places like that. There are, I know for a fact, a friend of mine, Priyal Bhatia, she used to
Yeah.
host open mics.
Correct.
Theatre.
Theatre, midday theatre,
Yeah.
and Ranjish and few other. They try it, right? But what I'm coming to is, I mean, look at Ahmedabad, no? Why does the major entertainment industry in Gujarat or in Gujarati industry, so to speak, I'm not against them, but why don't we have enough representation from
Culture,
us?
thought process.
I'll tell you something. I told you again, aspiration. If some nobodies are doing something, there's no aspirational value for people to go there and check that out, right? But for example, if at all you have like 5-6 amazing people who are like great poets or whichever category, you bring one very famous person as a headliner.
Okay.
That person, उसके पीछे और 6 लोगों को who are amazing, let them do it. Let people have the first hand experience of you via another brand, a bigger brand. Once they've experienced you, they've loved you, then the next time it's easier for you.
Yeah.
You need to give them the first hand experience of how amazing it is, for starters.
Right.
Yeah.
And then people will probably come and do it
Right.
for you.
Right.
So that is very important. Aspiration again,
Yeah.
So that aspiration value has always been in Surat and it will continue to grow for a longer period of time. More than experimenting, the aspiration is going to always rule Surat for at least some time. But again,
For sure.
coming to that, there are these bhajan things.
Yeah.
Then there are those Sufi nights that are happening at cafes. Then there are these poetry, those are but then again, those are very famous poets and all that are coming to the city and doing their things and all.
I think
But then
it's-
there's a very niche.
It's also about the novelty of it. Surat is so driven by the novelty that the experience of it, the consistency becomes a problem. So if, for example, theatre or anything else, if you are repeated or like if you make one big event out of it, probably you will have half the audience, like more than half the audience, or not the audience. Then probably you'll have a big audience. But at the same time, if you keep doing the exact same thing over and over again, won't happen.
Right.
It's very natural. And in Surat, people have so many experiences, so many places to be, so many cafes to be, so many workshops to attend, social obligations to go to if you are in that circle, then it just turns out harder to show up everywhere. So the public divides. I remember when I mentioned these stalls and everything, I remember going to this one of the gatherings where I think 5 or 6 very influential people from Surat hosted that event. They made sure that they push as many contacts as they can, and the idea of, FOMO, that if you're not there, you're missing it out. And I went to that event and I was like literally 3 steps and I was meeting like somebody. So I met somebody from school I've not seen for probably more than 10 years. But it was good to see them there. And then somebody owning a business, somebody doing photography there. And it was, Surat is amazing that way. It's small yet it's so big. So
Everybody knows
novelty,
everybody.
Yeah, novelty, consistency, aspiration, and making sure that you do it one right thing. But do not bank on it कि यही चल रहा है. That will never work here.
Right. Makes sense.
I want to give a message to everybody in
Yeah,
Surat.
yeah.
Guys, start buying passes. stop asking for passes. Okay, you have a Mercedes, a BMW, a Porsche in your garage, and you want a 250 rupees
Rupees pass.
pass
Oh,
to be
man.
given to you for free.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
About time. I think
It's
now.
about time. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really. I mean, you spend like what, 1,000 rupees, or let's say 2,000 rupees for a haircut in Surat, but you can't spend 500 rupees to listen to an artist
That you really like.
and that you really like. Like, we're not forcing you to
Yeah,
do something
yeah.
that you really like, but you
Yeah.
want some. This is not about status, okay? This
Yeah.
is not about a social symbol that you are trying to portray, that, oh, I got it for free. You
Yeah.
couldn't, oh, you had to buy the passes. I'm sorry, but if you got it for free, then that's a stigma rather than,
Yeah.
you flaunting, oh, I bought the pass because I value the artist. And it's high time people start thinking like that in Surat, because one of the major reasons why bigger artists or people are not ready to
Because we
spend
don't sell
major
enough.
on events, because a major ticketing expense is what is never coming back to Surat.
Yeah.
Right? Any event planner or any big artist which is coming to Surat, majority of the tickets are being just given for free to the sponsors, so that they can just flaunt it up to the rest of the crowd. And till the
Yeah.
time the free passes culture in Surat is not going to stop, bigger artists or bigger events in Surat are not going to thrive, because the money, the return is not going to be there.
Right.
And that's also devaluing the artist, whoever is coming, right? Like,
Right.
why do you want something for free?
Right.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
So that needs to stop for sure.
Yeah. Guys, moving on. This is my favorite part of my. We've been very consistent with this. What are your takes on your family and your friendships? Like, how do you guys take it? And how is the? I mean, if there is a specific thing that you want to share, you can. If there is a specific relationship that you guys want to share, how are
Do you
things
want to
with your family?
specify the question a little more?
No, it's just how important is friendship to you? Let's start with that. And has that contributed to how you guys are today?
Yeah, absolutely.
The answer is obviously a yes, but just a little example of how.
I am a very, how do I say this? Like, I have one best friend
Okay.
for 15 years now.
Okay.
And other than that, I meet so many people and I love catching up with people and learn something from someone and I take back something nice. But the core that I have is very, very small set of people, like three probably.
Yeah.
But because that's so tight knit, I also feel that the authenticity stays. And where there's a safe space, right? Where you can be so authentic that you can be college wali Parima again or school wali Parima again. And that's very important to remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Because you just never know when you're passing through your golden era. And then you just always look back and, you realize that, okay, only if I could just be like that again one more time.
Yeah.
And you need to have that set of people who are not there for Instagram, who are not there for social and hi, what's up? I mean, that's
Yeah.
cute. But when you can just be like you, and when I say you, everybody have their own way of, I'm sure everybody's thinking of that one person in one time and one authentic version of themselves.
Right.
So yeah, that I think is very important to maintain, give time, nourish. Life happens for sure. But even if it's once in 2 months,
Yeah.
take it. Once in 6 months, take it and make sure that stick to that. And yeah, other than that, if not friends and family, if you meet anybody, something nice to take back. I do this. I like go back home and I think about one good thing I learned today, or
Yeah.
I met somebody. So what's one thing I'll take? And if there's something really of a bad experience, I'll just let it go. So
Right.
No, I don't know if we both are like boring people, or everyone has this very small circle of friends.
I think life
I don't know.
happens.
No,
Or
I
maybe
have a
when you
huge circle, man.
exactly, right? See,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think we just very few of those boring people who don't
I
have
don't
like
know,
very
Less
big
friends is not
circle.
boring. It's just not very experimental.
No,
is what I feel.
like I said, so I'm not saying I have less friends. I'm just saying that
core group.
that
I'm
core
talking
group
about
where I
core.
can they have seen me do the stupidest things, stupidest decisions of my life. They'll be like, what did you think? They would just hold your ear and your head and then they'll smack you and you'll be okay with that. I have a lot of friends. When you say friends, of course you have like amazing set of friends. You can hang out, do game night. That's a very different thing. But when you really don't need anything. You just have that one or two set of friends and you just become 10% more louder. You become more funnier without anything, without any substance and any requirement of external validation. It's just that particular core I'm talking about. बाकी तो यार acquaintances है, colleagues है, friends है, gym friends है, game friends
You
है.
go to gym?
You should go to gym. All of us should go to gym.
Nice.
But all I'm trying to say is that we all would have a set of friends, a big set of friends, I'm sure. Office friends hai, ex-office friends hai. But like the people that you really don't have to hide anything from. And they've seen you through and through and they're just genuinely happy for you.
I think exactly what she is saying, I completely resonate with that, at least because I think the people that you know are not going to judge you or were done judging you.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
I mean,
Both, yeah.
I mean, let's say that tomorrow if I tell them that, you know what, guys, I did this, and they're not shocked. They're like, it's okay. We
Yeah.
know you're capable of doing that in your
Right.
life. So, you know, people who know you in and out, I think those are the people who should always be around with. And there's this beautiful dialogue in Farhan Akhtar's movie Luck by Chance, where Shah Rukh Khan and Farhan Akhtar are having this conversation, and that is a
Yeah.
time
I didn't even
when
think about it. but
when
yes,
he
I'm doing
says
that.
yeah, you know, when he says that ki Farhan Akhtar leaves his
Yeah.
core group and he
Yeah.
comes to and sits with Shah Rukh Khan thinking that I'll chill with him and it's so
Yeah.
cool to chill with him,
Yeah.
and he's like तुम्हारे दोस्त है, he's like हाँ, so he's like जाओ उनको मिलो, नहीं like नहीं कोई बात नहीं उनसे बाद में मिल लूंगा, and then that is when Shah Rukh Khan says that कि उन्हें कभी मत भूलना जो तुम्हारे साथ तब थे जब तुम कुछ नहीं थे.
Yeah.
And if you still have those people in your life where, you know, who will still love you for what you were and not what you are, then I think those are the best, what do you call it?
Safe space.
Safe space. Those are the best investments in your life. Those friends, you know.
पकड़ के रख देते हैं भाई तुम शांत रहो.
वो पकड़ के नहीं रखते हैं, वो
नहीं,
पकड़ने की
पकड़
जरूरत
के
भी नहीं.
रखते हैं.
मतलब
In
they
the
bring
sense,
you back to
they bring
reality
you
is
back-
what I mean.
Ground you,
नहीं,
okay?
yeah.
Please, relax.
You go to them and you feel like कि साला मैंने कुछ नहीं अचीव किया, क्या ये लोग ऐसे क्यों है मेरे साथ?
Yeah, because it doesn't matter to them कि तुम आरजे राहिल हो, आरजे परिमा. They'll be like वही कॉलेज वाली है जिसने यहाँ डांट खाई थी और वो जिसके साथ नाइट स्टेज किया है जहाँ पूरी रात हमने असाइनमेंट्स कंप्लीट किए हैं.
Yeah, because so it's still in my college friends' phone, my name is still saved as Nautanki, and I was in college back then, and today they are like, साले तुझे हमने ही मोटिवेट किया लगता है ये करने के लिए, because that is what is my name saved in a few of their phones, like Nautanki is their number, my number in their phone, and today also they're like that only, wherever you go, and then they make sure they embarrass you.
Very authentic name though, right? For him.
See, that's what I'm saying. So people say that, oh, you're an RJ, so you are like this. I'm like, no, I am like this, and that is why I'm like.
Yeah.
They're like, what brings, what made you an RJ? I was like, because I couldn't do something better than this.
Yeah.
So that is
और
why
कोई
I'm
नहीं
this.
लेता.
Yeah.
So that I think friends, they are the lifelines,
Yeah.
right? Like when they are the best medicine for depression.
Yeah.
They are the best people to go and share your stupidest things with.
Yeah.
I think if you don't have friends in your life, then I think you really, really, really are missing something in your life, you know.
Yeah.
I don't understand people who go for solo trips. I'm like, at least one friend तो ले जाओ.
हाँ.
वो एक तो ले जाओ जिसके साथ तुम
Yeah.
अपना बाजू में, I mean, like you said, right? Like you met me at that place and
Yeah.
I was cracking jokes. I was like, अगर मैं solo trip पे जा रहा हूँ, मैं किसके साथ कर रहा हूँ ये? I mean, at least I need someone who gives me some reaction in life, like, you know, either says shut up or says वाह वाह. कुछ तो कहे दोनों में से, कुछ तो करे.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's
बीच में randomly किसी को मिलना पड़ेगा.
Yes, imagine they're like, oh, Raja. Okay. Something like that. So I think friendship's beautiful. So
Yeah. So where I was, why the reason I asked this to everyone is, like I said, like you rightly mentioned, I have fruits in different baskets. Right? That's how we put it. But I have understood something in the last few years. Like I've had one decent conversation a day, and that has just made me the all of 30 years that I am. One decent conversation a day, whether it's your friend, family, somebody that you do not know of, somebody that you know of, somebody that you've not met in a while. I've studied in a boarding school. One good call, a 5-minute conversation to a 50-minute conversation, but one decent conversation a day is just build everything that I am of. And the reason I asked this question is because I really endorse that. Yeah, I cannot. I'm not too sure about girls, but when it comes to boys, हम एक साथ बैठते हैं ना, हम 5-6 लौंडे, we doing random shit, bro.
Yeah.
Random, Rahil, if you agree to me, like random. We are not, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
We
हमारे
don't
नाम भी
have
हम
to
सही
gender
लेते हैं,
classify it because
but
yeah.
I mean, it's very, it's just like relaxing, man, in that sense. Suddenly you are in the best space, तुम्हारे जो भी life में going up and down, whatever it is, but it is very relaxing that way. Hence, I end up asking these. It takes you, dude, I think you are independent. अगर आप independent बन चुके हो अपनी life में, किसके लिए? खुद के लिए, भाई. Eventually, and this is not coming from a space that हमने कुछ कर दिया. It's just, we see that, like arrogance. I am okay with arrogance, but at the right place. If you have a swagger, please bring it on. Bring it
Swag
on.
is very different
Yeah,
than from
arrogance, swag, or whatever it is. Just bring it at the right place. I think, you know, is what I think. If Are there any last thoughts?
I think for people, I would just like to say that it's important to know what you become after you've become.
Wow.
You know?
Okay. Wow.
It's very important, you know, that how someone is after that person. जब कुछ नहीं है तब तो obviously everybody's going to be like this lying low and all.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if someone's become something and after that, if that person's become something completely else, then bro, that initial person was a fake.
Yeah.
So I think that's very important.
I would like to say that from the experience or how my life has been, that constant evolution, constant adventure, and constantly the hunger to try something new and be humble about it. I always look at Priyanka Chopra and I'm like, she did so amazing, and then she was so confident yet humble ki okay, this is a new place and I have to give an audition. I cannot have an attitude ki dekh lo mera filmography. The same thing that when I left the brand, I was so pampered that I didn't even know how to, set up a Google Meet or whatever. And I'm not very proud about that. But I wasn't ashamed, and I'm very happy that I wasn't, that I asked a Gen Z girl, very young girl, to say, hey, listen, I really don't know this. I was too pampered and I need to learn this from scratch.
Right.
And help me do this. And that's where I completely, in those 5 months, learned completely different things that I have been not like probably I was in the privilege of not having to, get into that area. But to be able to start all over again with the confidence and not feeling small, and yet also being confident enough to, know that you're going to build it again.
Yeah.
So
makes sense.
keep that arrogance aside and learn.
Learn.
Yeah.
I think it is very important to take that leap of faith in your life, by the way. When they talk about getting out of your comfort zone, I think destiny, if you know, you will know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Only you will know. Sometimes when you're in a comfort space, but destiny knows that you deserve more than that, it will itself kick you out of that space.
I was going to say the exact
Okay,
words.
it'll kick you out of the space, say that you asshole, get the fuck out of here and do what you're meant to do in your life.
See, either the opportunities come in and you take the leap of faith, or the universe makes you.
Universe is a beautiful thing. If you don't know where you're going, trust me, it's making you go where you should.
Right.
Yeah, I think बहुत
Yeah.
ज्ञान.
Yeah, because now the later part of the night will kick in, then the shires and the will kick in, and you will have to have a different podcast of a different mindset altogether.
Yeah.
Because
At a
if we then
different table, I guess.
Yeah, a very different table with a different cups.
Yeah.
And
He meant mugs.
Sure.
I meant green
Sure.
teas.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a greener
I believe you all.
environment.
Both of you all.
But okay, the last line, the last thoughts rather I have is the reason the three of us are here today is, Rahil, you purely based on nostalgia. That big time, and the reason I have you on board today and we did this with Parima, I had to reach out to you, but I'll just like to tell you something. You have an immense sense of just being there for whoever is talking to you. I think I really felt that in the first 30 seconds when we had the first call. you immediately looked at least responsible. In the sense that, okay, this is not whoever is calling, let me just listen to the person responsibly. And I just love that. And it was really refreshing to know. And I'm glad I reached out to Ayush to reach out to you. But glad I'm doing RJs, and I'm very justifiably the most that I've enjoyed. Like, I've done a lot of podcasts, but the most that I've enjoyed and where I did not have to, I don't know, stress and finally found somebody very in the same domains, so to speak.
I
But
think-
yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Rahil. Thank you, Parima.
Whatever we have said, we promise you, we have just said it out of whatever we were thinking at that point of
Yeah.
time. We were not
Absolutely.
thinking about the
Yeah.
repercussions of what we
Yeah.
say, or we were not thinking about something that we already thought about that we will come and
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
And so whatever that came was purely because the quick silver show could get the golden words out of us.
Also, I think I've given like 3 podcasts. This is my 4th, but this is
You can be
the
honest. If you didn't
most-
like it, you can delete it.
no. That's what I'm. No, it's not about that. It's about the authenticity of it. It's not just about how the journey has been, but how viewing it has been at every step. And it was great to have the round table and to have
It's a rectangle.
somebody.
Yeah.
Oh my God, why would you ruin everything? I'm not starting again. I'm done. Let's sign off for the day.
You've been talking about me bullying through the entire show. You've
Yeah.
used it at least for 100 times. And if I don't prove it
But
right
it was
now.
authentic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so if I don't end it with that, then it's going to look so artificial, right? So I
Yeah.
just wanted to, make you sound genuine. That,
Yeah.
Yes,
Point B.
kabhi kabhi.
Yeah.
Thank you for having us on this round table, rectangle table, as Rahil wanted me to correct that. But it was really beautiful, unique, and a good kaleidoscope in the past with very refreshing thoughts that we could sit here for that amount of hours and look back, because in such fast life we don't have that time to cherish what we
Right.
were, what we became. So thank you for that.
And today is the World Radio Day.
Today is the World
All right,
Radio
guys.
Day.
Signing off at the Quicksilver Show. This was the World Radio Day special, but I do not know when we're going to release it. But we shot it on the day, 13 Feb. Thank you so much, guys. It has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, this is Rahil, and please go and subscribe to Pujan Purohit's The Quicksilver Show. It's amazing.
Hello everyone, this is RJ Parima and we were here with Pujan Purohit on the Quicksilver Show. So do not forget to subscribe for this amazing content that's coming your way.